and welcome back yet again. It's roundtable time at Nadya's Identity Files. I have both of my lovely guests here with me, and we are here now to inspire you. If you're out there and you want to make some beauty videos or content of any sort, you know, we want to empower you in different ways to do that. So if you met face to face with, say, someone in their early 20s or late teens who was like, I want to make content and I want to try doing beauty videos, where do I start? And what would your advice be? Starting with you.
I would say start by figuring out what makes you special and unique. Get really clear about, and it's probably something you're not even proud of. It's probably something from your past or something weird about your face that you don't like that makes you unique. And know that the people that are going to be most drawn to you are going to be the people that share that experience or are inspired by that experience. Don't be afraid to talk about that. Of course, make your beauty content, but be you in the process, because there's millions, it feels like there's millions of beauty bloggers and videos and all that out there, but it's going to be your essence that's what draws people in.
What about for people, and I just popped in my head, who aren't quite sure what their essence is and they're still finding out their identity? How can they do that through this process of making content?
Yeah. Do you want to answer that?
Sure.
Because I can come back on it.
I think the main thing is just starting. It's a lot for a lot of people that don't know who they are to have to figure that out before they start. You could spend a lifetime trying to figure out who you are, and that's going to change, right? So part of what makes good content is having different experiences, right? That's what makes a good influencer. That's what makes a good host. That's what makes a good writer, a good actor, or anything on that level, is having life, like real life experience to pull from.
Yeah.
And if you want to start making videos, well, the only way to really do that is to start. So whether it's having your iPhone or your Android, I'm not biased on either. If it has a camera, it works. You don't need a big fancy camera. You can start on your laptop. Most of the most famous influencers started with their iCam, on their Apples or whatever, their webcam. So you don't need a lot. You just need to start. And if you don't like it 10 months down the line, a year down the line, you can delete it. Yeah. I think that's one of the most empowering things about our life now, is that if you don't like something, you can remove it. Yeah.
And don't compare your beginning stages to someone else's 5-year experience, because it takes time and practice. I love what you said about just starting, because if you do go back and look at some of these influencers 5 years ago and scope out their old videos, you'll see how much they've grown, and you'll grow just that much. So some of the best advice someone gave to me about influencing online is that your life becomes a reality show if you're an influencer, and people are so curious about you and your experiences. The more authentic you are and the more you let them in, the more they'll be magnetized to what you have to say.
Yeah, definitely.
Very good point. And I'm just going to pick on myself now, because a lot of people say, Nadya's Identity Files, you explore all these different identities, but you're so mysterious. We don't know that much about you. And I'm like, that's fine. I'm focusing on everyone else's identity. But at the same time, I'm still pretty transparent. So it's like, how do you strike that balance? Because obviously you don't want to give away the story. You want to have people remaining intrigued by you, but you at the same time want to maintain that authentic, some level of authentic transparency.
That's actually,
yeah. Do you do episodes, just you, on the show?
I've done a couple, but for the most part, because, I consider myself a journalist first, you know what I mean? Before I am a host or whatever. So it's like, I really enjoy picking other people's brains and learning about other people. Like, I feel like a big part of my identity is based off what I've learned about others' identities. So, I have done a couple things where I've, focused more on myself and my background, but for the most part, I always have 1 to 2 guests. Yeah.
So there's a vote for mystery as well.
That
could work for you if you want to
right.
be the International Woman of Mystery.
The International Woman of Mystery.
Or man.
Right? That's true. I think you have to decide on what you want people to know and what you don't. Like, I have a very clear line with what the public knows about me and what they don't. And when the two are not in sync, then I try to close the gap a little bit without feeling like I'm overexposed.
Right.
So so you have to figure out where your comfort levels are, and also the people in your life.
Totally.
Like if you're in a relationship that the other person is not very visual, does not want to be on camera, or that's your family that doesn't want to be on camera and live a part of that. That's something you have to think about.
Yeah. As an influencer, you're stepping into public life on some level. You're deciding what level that celebrity should show up.
Yeah.
Right.
And I love what you said about boundaries on what is personal and what is public.
Yeah. I have very clear boundaries about that. Like if my boyfriend is not a public person at all.
I've seen a couple pictures.
Yeah. So in our in my Facebook feed, my personal, you're on my personal one, it's neutral. I'm not one of these oversharers of that.
Yeah.
But it's neutral. There's a lot that people that feel like they're in that feed that know about me because maybe they've known me for a long time. There's some people that I've known since I was a kid there.
Right.
But there's a lot that they still don't know. I mean, and I don't even think a lot of them have my phone number, for example, But yeah, he's not in any of my videos. He doesn't do the boyfriend makeup, that one where it's your makeup your boyfriend does your makeup.
That's too bad. Those things are so great.
They are so funny, but they're just not him. And it's that's okay. There's so much other stuff that I can do.
Exactly.
It's okay. So I don't try to steamroll him into it or anything. I'm not hey babe, do this now. Here's a makeup brush.
So I have a last question for you both,
Yeah.
because we were talking about taking action and just doing it. I tell people that a lot for anything that they want to achieve, whether it be videos or starting a project or, even launching a show. Like I mentioned to everybody, I'm hosting a webcast this Thursday where I'm going to talk about different methods of producing and hosting your own content. I mean, that sounds so, grandiose when I say produce and host. People are like, oh my God, you must be having something huge going on. And hey, while I would wish that were the case, and it probably will be the case, it will grow, that's not necessarily the reality. And myself, I'm a big perfectionist. So sometimes I struggle with taking action because I'm like, if I do it, it's not going to be perfect. And I just I get caught up in editing, and then shit doesn't always get done as rapidly as I would like. So what advice do you have for someone who's somewhat perfectionistic like myself, who wants to make more regular content on, say, a platform like YouTube?
Do you want to go, or do you have some thoughts?
Done is better than perfect. That's a huge one. It's so simple, and the first time I heard it, it just stuck, and I go back to that over and over again when I catch myself overanalyzing. And know that the first couple times you produce videos, you're gonna go back and obsessively watch it. Did you guys go through that?
Oh yeah.
At first, I would go back and obsessively watch every video I made and pull myself apart and notice all the little quirks and things I hated about myself. And now I rarely do. I just produce the video, moving on. I might go back just to make sure I didn't forget to share a link or something.
Okay.
But I don't overanalyze it anymore. That's what I like actually about a live video, because there is no editing.
There is no editing.
Yeah.
Isn't that great? It's so great.
It's the best. And people like it. They resonate with that because they see, if you mess up, you stumble on your words, that's just you, and it's real life.
Yeah.
And people like that.
Yeah.
Very true.
Yeah.
I don't like to watch my videos at all. I don't like to watch anything that, nope, I don't. Which is really hard because I don't like editing, right? So I got lucky really early where I have an editor, but I do like to micromanage. That's my thing. If I had a flaw, it is that I like to micromanage. And so the way I kind of create some distance is I do the high level edit. I kind of know what I storyboard, and I know what I want it to look like, and so forth. And then I've been working with someone for a long time, so they kind of know my style and what I'm interested in. And it enables me to put out more content.
Right.
But I don't like watching myself after it's done. And I just think once it's done, once I do it once, so my process is I do it one time when it's an edit, and that is it. I will ask for modifications on text and title or any kind of graphic, but as far as the footage itself, that's it.
Right.
That way I'm not like obsessing over it and stuff. Yeah.
So you have limits on your retakes and your edits.
Yes,
that's a good
and
idea.
a lot of I'm very like highly self-disciplined, so I can actually like make myself do that. It works for me, but a lot of people I know it doesn't work for. But
Yeah, that's a really good point.
Yeah.
I will bear that in mind for sure.
And just a reminder that when you get started, you are going to be nervous, you are going to mess up your words, and then over time in practice it just gets more smooth, and it's like sitting in front of your friend at coffee, just talk. That's what we're doing here.
Yeah, absolutely. That's why I tell everyone who's nervous when they come on the show, I'm like, look, we're just having a conversation at the end of the day. Like, let's just have a conversation. Don't worry about how many people are watching right now.
Yeah.
So yeah. Well, thank you both so much for coming on the show and exploring identity and beauty. And you guys, again, remember, look out for my crowdfunding campaign. It's going to be on Indiegogo. Follow me on all my social media. Follow these two beautiful ladies on their social media as well. I was showing their handles throughout the show. And I will catch you next time.